What's up? Yo.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. Hi, welcome to 142. Kramer and Jess Uncensored.
Woohoo!
Happy to have you here. You may have never been here for one of these before, and if not, you need to know we literally only have one rule, which is what, Jess?
The Uncensored podcast is very much like the close friends feature on Instagram, where you are very particular on who you show everything to. So that's kind of like what this podcast is. It's very open, very vulnerable, but we don't want anyone to ask any questions, and we don't want anyone telling anyone anything about it. Yeah. That's it.
Don't be asking nothing. Don't be talking about it.
If we talk about someone, there's no need to tell them that we're talking about them.
Like, you can DM us about it, but shh, just be cool. Okay, just be cool. We got a doozy of a show today. I went down a weird memory lane this morning that I haven't thought about in 30 years, and I'm not really quite sure what to do with it now. It's Garage Boy's birthday.
Yeah, it's my husband's birthday.
Even that's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's weird. I have these weird, even time warps with you sometimes. When I hear your voice sometimes, and I hear Jess, 25-year-old Jess, and then I forget you're not 25-year-old Jess anymore when you say things like
the fact that
it's my husband's birthday.
I can't believe I'm saying happy birthday to my husband.
Yeah.
That I have a husband that I'm saying happy birthday to.
Yeah. What'd you guys do this morning?
It's weird.
Did you make sweet birthday love?
No.
Nobody wants to have birthday sex first thing on 3:00 in the morning, do they?
No,
it's terrible.
Well, not unless you don't have to wake up. It's way different if you don't have anything to do. But both of us work so early.
Yeah.
But it's just it is. I don't know why it's so bizarre. But I think it's one of those, and it's probably going to be one of many things that happens this year that makes it surreal and it just kind of shakes me a bit of the chapter that I'm in and that I'm entering.
Yeah.
It's very, very weird.
A real adult now.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's weird, you and I are the same chapter now, adult. Before it was fun because you were still, I could live my young years through you, but now you're doing the same thing I'm doing, adulting. Stone, there's still you, buddy. Hold out in these young years.
I was watching a show the other day that I'm rewatching right now,
which is,
and it's called Real Bros. It's a little YouTube show.
Yeah, Simi Valley.
Mm-hmm. And in the first season or two, the main character is 26.
Mm-hmm.
And when I used to watch it, I was like, man, he's advanced in age, but now I'm 26.
I know.
Oh.
That's how I felt literally.
Got it.
It's when they announced the VP pick last week with JD Vance, and I'm a 39-year-old as the vice president. They're letting kids run this place nowadays. This is crazy. It's just everything's so weird as you get older,
Yeah.
So what are you going to do for Garage's birthday? What's the plan? First one, does it matter? I'm trying to think does first birthday matter post marriage? I don't think it really.
I think it depends how far your wedding was, and I think because we both just had birthdays still in the summer, very not far removed from our actual wedding.
Aren't y'all broke as shit?
Yeah,
I was gonna say you have to.
So
be.
that's the thing, which is kind of nice for both of us. Even for my birthday, I was like, let's just breathe. Let's just.
Look at our pictures.
Because truly, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't until I think last week was the first week that both of us felt kind of okay, so we can kind of get back to living normally-ish, right? So we're literally just gonna go see the new Deadpool Wolverine movie on Friday, which we're so freaking excited about.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to an O's Padres game on Saturday. We didn't go to a game last year. We haven't gone to a game this season, so I'm really excited.
Are you? Because I'm just thinking, we're joking about being broke, and the greatest thing about working in the media is you just get free stuff. Did you get free movie tickets?
No.
Paid for them?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get free Padres tickets?
No.
Or O's tickets?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Just because.
Did you ask for them?
No.
Really?
I just don't.
What's the deal?
I don't.
Why not milk that?
I feel so uncomfortable.
Why?
Because I can't handle and I hope someday I can change. I mean, I don't know. I can't handle like the energy or the attitude if it's like not well received when asking for things. It really bothers me. And I
Yeah.
think with this, and also too, like sometimes I just don't, I don't know, like I just don't even want to like deal with it or like
Yeah.
if there's like a certain kind of vibe for asking for something.
It's okay.
It really sets me
okay.
off to where I'm just like, okay, well, honest, I would rather
You know what? Fuck
just
it. $100, whatever.
I'd rather just go, not be connected to anything, not be maybe requested to do something
It is the
somewhat
problem.
work related or
the
even
seconds,
connected in
yeah.
some way or having to email somebody. And I think also too, sometimes I don't know. I mean, it could be chill or maybe we go and blow off some steam and black out. And if that's
That's
the
the
case,
problem.
I don't want to be even connected by the smallest bit with work. Do
If
you know
you're-
what I mean?
That's the problem. Is if you're listening to this, you're like, oh yeah, it's nice you get free tickets. And that is true. You do get free tickets. But you have to realize, like, if you do get free tickets, number one, there is an expectation of like, you're gonna do something probably, even if it's not discussed, because a lot of times it can't be like discussed. And it shouldn't be. Okay, that's like that. Like legally, it's not discussed, and it shouldn't be. Like it's literally they'd be like inviting you to come out and check out their stuff, and whatever, and that's great. But we know how it goes. Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You feel me?
But does that make sense?
Yeah. But then also, like, if you're going is Jess in the radio station, and Jess like vomits.
Which I'm not though. But like sometimes
But in case you did,
which I'm not going to.
case you
I'm just being
vomited.
dramatic. But like you never know. Sometimes that's another thing. And like Garage Boy and I, we're notorious for like literally not doing anything and have no interest in doing anything.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, we'll like go for a drink and I end up getting drunk and getting a tattoo. Like it's
Right.
and it's so spotty.
You
It's
never
I never
know.
foresee like the kind of
Right.
evening we're gonna have. So I just want to like
just in case.
Yeah.
Let's just pay a few bucks just in case things get weird. Well, happy birthday to Garage Boy, the big 3-1. Stone we got to check in with a couple things with Stone. Stone, you Rachel, your girlfriend, has now moved in with a male.
She has.
They
yes.
have not slept together that we know of.
That we know of. Yeah.
That's great.
You're
That's
so
really
annoying.
good. That's a great start.
You started it that
Oh,
way.
man.
Wait, things are how is that whole situation? That's one thing did we talk about it on the podcast, or that was the radio show only?
Only the
pretty much a
radio show
radio
only.
Wait, can we talk about the podcast or not? Sorry.
Not much. If we did, it was very.
Can we talk
brief.
about it or can we
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
okay.
sure.
Do you want to explain?
Yeah. So Rachel's my girlfriend, her roommate moved out a couple months ago. Been struggling finding a roommate. Finally found one. It happened to be a dude.
It's me.
I would be more comfortable, I think, if it was Kramer.
Would you really?
Oh, no.
What would you do if it was me? Would that be cool or not?
That-
concerning to me.
I would just laugh.
Yeah.
I would just laugh so
Yeah.
hard about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Mental note, just
Yeah.
in case I gotta find a
No,
roommate.
you're good.
I don't even
Um,
know Rachel, but I feel like she would never.
No, probably not.
Yeah, she would.
she would. just
She
for the
listens to the
story.
show
Just for
way
the
too much.
story. Yeah.
Yeah. Just for the bit.
Yeah.
No, but I've met him now twice, but both times have been so chill.
He's
like,
been good.
Like we've kind of like got along like a lot. Like we have a lot of
Nice.
similarities
That's
and
awesome.
That's good.
yeah,
How old is he?
30.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of like a best case scenario.
Yeah.
Like what I think actually now in Rachel's mind, I wonder if she's like, shit, now like
You guys are gonna become friends. You're gonna go over
Yeah.
and hang out with him.
She's literally
play
said that
video
before,
games.
yeah.
Like, you
Like you're
guys
gonna
are-
go more excited to see him,
you guys are bros.
Yeah.
So
which is honestly would be awesome.
you guys took a family trip to Ocean City.
Mhm.
So this is Stone's family, and Rachel went with you guys.
Yes.
And how did that go? And we got to talk about sleeping arrangements with that situation too. With the whole situation.
Yeah. So the sleeping arrangement, she was usually in the room I sleep in.
Yeah.
But then she slept there and I slept on the couch. So we were separate.
Yeah.
I just had a respect for my family.
Was that discussed before you guys went?
So I mean, between us, me, her, and her, like we already kind of said, yeah, probably won't be in the same bed, just out of respect. But then my dad also said something to me like on top of that.
What and how does dad it's always a weird situation. Do you think that your parents think that you guys sleep in the same bed when you're together?
Yeah, I think they know. They weren't born last night.
Yeah.
And they know that you stay at our house quite often.
Yeah.
So what does dad even say like, well, son, listen to me?
Also, was this conversation had when you guys were already in Ocean City or before you guys left?
I think it was like a week or two before that
Yeah.
when I was there in Ocean City without her.
Mm-hmm,
Okay. And what does he say? He says, son, we need to talk to you about the birds and the bees.
So he was like, don't break my trust. I'm trusting you. Don't break my trust.
Is that what he said? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wait. What does that mean? Don't break my trust.
I mean, he didn't like come out and say exactly what he meant by that.
Yeah.
Just alluding to doing
But just kind of like, that. And then also like, just like, when you're there, just don't be an idiot.
Wait, but did
much.
he verbally say like you guys aren't sleeping in the same room, just so you know?
Yeah. How the whole conversation? I'm
Did he
just
say that.
How did it come up? Because I'm just wondering how that's even.
I think we did kind of discuss the sleeping arrangements of, Steele in the one bedroom, my brother, Rachel in the one bedroom, and then me on the couch. I think that was discussed.
And but this is what your they're just like, okay, so next time so and so sleeping here. It was just
Yeah.
kind of like said.
Yeah.
And then
I think
the
that was what my mom was like, yeah, so Rachel's gonna sleep in the bedroom. I'm
Okay.
like, yeah, that's cool. Like,
so
we
they
thought about
like
that.
kind of like tag teamed it where your mom like,
Yeah.
kind of says the arrangements and then your dad kind of doubles down and he's like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
the trust
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
So, did you and Gerald ever run into those situations?
We didn't run into them because
your dad's pretty strict.
Yeah,
but
but
how did
by the
that get handled?
time when we were at this point, we were visiting home because we were living
That's
here
true,
and we were already
there.
living
Yeah, yeah,
together.
yeah.
So to them, they were just like, this man moved across the country with our daughter. Like it was never like a thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
What do you-
also too, we were respectful. I think because of the origin story that we have, I never ever wanted to cross that line again, and we never have either to this day.
Stone, what do you think your parents would do if you were in Jess's garage boy situation? Like if you guys were to
It's the
hook up
same.
in your parents' garage.
I think I wouldn't make it as obvious how we got together.
Yeah, you wouldn't have done a whole.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't mean that mean.
Kidding.
It's just
I'm
like
so
I
kidding.
know my situation.
I'm
and I would
literally
have been
kidding.
more discreet with that.
What the fuck does that mean?
You wouldn't change your Instagram handle?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't change your whole identity?
No.
My husband leaned into this shit.
Yo,
He's like, where the brand deals.
We literally,
AutoZone,
I had that
AutoZone.
nickname. We had merch within like 24 hours. That shit was done. Yo, real talk. Like Garage Boy was like the original Hawk Tuah. You know what I mean? Like he was Hawk. If we ran with that shit.
It's not Garage Boy. It would be me. I'm the original Hawk Tuah girl, and I fucking hate that I just realized that. I fucking hate that.
Just literally.
This bitch owes me some money.
Yo, we literally like
wow,
we
that
just
is something, isn't it?
we told this story and like people it like caught on like wildfire and then we just like ran with it and like
My nose just started sweating. That's crazy.
I wonder if like because TikTok wasn't really a thing then because that was when did y'all meet? What year?
2019.
God,
It was like, I mean, it
was
like
right
approaching,
before, but like it wasn't
and
like
we were still teetering between like TikTok and like Triller was cool and like, but as far as something like that,
TikTok famous wasn't really a thing yet though because it
But-
wasn't until
yeah,
the
yeah,
pandemic
yeah,
until
yeah,
people were
yeah.
like popping off, becoming famous.
Yeah, that just blew up solely off of Uncensored, and then I
Yeah.
think because we stayed together, kind of talking about him
Yeah.
more and more.
But then with our people, with like our fam, our I don't say
Inner
Audience.
circle?
Yeah, I don't say audience. It feels weird, but like our people with y'all. Y'all love Garage Boy. We really just
That
yeah.
is so fucking annoying.
So what
Not
do you
Hawk
think?
Tuah.
Yeah, you were literally Hawk Tuah.
I
Like you
was.
were Hawk Tuah. Jess called
I
you,
should probably
"Ah!"
reach out to her. She's probably going through
Yeah.
a lot. I'm gonna reach out to her. There's not a lot of people that can relate. And
No, I
I'm gonna reach
know.
out to her.
Jess literally. She really
If she
just
needs something, I will.
I feel every time I see that girl now, I really I'm like, go for it. She's 21 years old, y'all. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. She's making a lot of money, but like, God, like, she's not going to be 21 forever. Like one day she's going to be.
You can say the same. That's the thing. Like it's essentially the same fucking thing. And
as
also,
you.
at least all she said was Hawk Tuah. I had a fucking hour in-depth detailed of what took place, what happened, and how. And it was pretty graphic.
I mean, yeah.
It was very graphic.
Yeah.
So
Well, think about it, literally like your whole relationship is based on the fact, and again, you're welcome to the Uncensored podcast. I mean, Jess's husband.
My
We
husband
had to really catch up there for a second. Jess's husband's
was essentially a one-night stand.
Yeah, it was a one-night stand where she literally gave him a blowjob in the garage, and we ran with it.
I wasn't the only one giving things, by the way. He's a giver.
You don't need to clarify 5 years later or whatever. We're fine with the story, but thank you.
Me.
But yeah. So think about that. Like,
wow.
And that was like one story. And like, so I watched these videos of this poor woman.
I'm sweating because like, is the title of this podcast Jess is the original Hawk Tuah?
Yeah, you are. Like, you really are. Like,
fuck.
You went for it.
But okay, my point exactly. That's why it's like, why
you never know.
Let her do her fucking thing.
And
it was just just a video. It was 5 seconds. It's hilarious. Like, she's just being honest, and like that was something that I still will ride for. And like when my parent and my family was having a hard, because I mean this was a whole ordeal.
Yeah,
I got to sit down, like all this kind of stuff about like how I was portraying myself, what I was talking about, whatever. And yeah, I mean I am organically an open and transparent person, but like something about that situation was like, why can't I openly talk about my sexual experiences in my life at that point in my life? And it's something I would talk to my parents about too when they were really upset. It's just like, I mean, I'm being completely honest. And also men get to talk about their experiences and all these kinds of things. Like, why am I being looked at differently? Because it's me, because I'm a woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, that was a really big deal for me too.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just, do you want to? It's just like,
yes.
you got to be able to, the mic has to turn off and you got to be able to handle the smoke. Just like Hawk Tuah's got to be able to realize that she is now known for giving blowjobs. And when the video goes viral, she's got to go to, the grocery store and be able to handle people being able to come up to her and say, hey, you're the girl that gives the blowjobs, and like handle that life, Yeah,
I don't think she should be mad about it.
Not at 21, but here's the problem. I think as you realize, it's like it transcends. And so what do you do? And I think we've kind of nicely transcended Garage Boy.
And we've also had to change the way that we share the story as well.
Sure.
Too.
Right.
Especially with like, because I don't think we ever expected it to go any further than the Uncensored podcast, because the relationship itself wasn't.
Well, no.
And then when it became a thing, and then we had to figure out a way to appropriately share that on air to where people could kind of get what was going on without being too like vulgar with it.
I just remember I was like, well, this would be a one-night stand. Who cares? Thank God I didn't call him like Blowjob Boy or something. Thank God it was just Garage Boy, and that was the end of that. Okay, Stoney, back to the original question.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what would happen.
How do you feel about blowjobs?
It's been like 20 minutes. Can we just like
what would happen in your family? Let's say that, taking Jess's situation, let's say that in Ocean City you had or just your family's house in general, that you had just met Rachel for the first couple times, and she had come over to your family's house, and you guys had snuck away to the garage, and you guys had performed oral sex on each other, and you got locked in the garage, and Steele had to come unlock the garage to let you guys out. And what would, and your parents did find out this happened, not in the moment, but they later on,
like publicly they found out.
Yeah, publicly.
No, I think it'd be similar in the way of like, sit down, like, why are you talking about these things publicly? Don't present yourself as this. I think it'd be actually very similar, Jess.
Yeah.
Not maybe a different undertone with it.
Yeah.
Just being a man and you being a woman, I think it's just different things there.
That's true.
But,
Right.
But I think it'd very like, no, like just stop. Like,
yes,
you shouldn't have done this to begin with.
You're making a mistake. What's going on?
Yeah. All those words. Exactly. I think it'd be that way.
Yeah.
We did not think the podcast is going to go there today, baby. Happy birthday, Garage Boy.
4 years later, it's my husband's birthday, and I'm not mad about it.
Even a little bit. Yo. What's up, YouTube? Let's check in with YouTube real quick. In case you don't know, we also do a show on YouTube. You can watch it live. We don't know when it's going to happen. Usually it's around 10-ish Eastern on Wednesdays. Isabella's here. Hi. Doe Eyes.
Hey.
Good morning. Doe Eyes also says, hi, preach it, Jess. Yeah, you do it. You do your garage stuff. I'm gonna mispronounce your name. How do I? Zariah. No, it's Zariah. What's up, Zariah? It has been a while. It's good to see you. Welcome to the show. Okay, this morning, I woke up with the weirdest blast from the past, and I don't quite know what to do with it. We talked about it on the radio show for a second today, but I'll be able to give you a more in-depth look right after this. So the question I posed on the podcast this morning was, how would you feel if you woke up with a friend request on Facebook from the person that your partner cheated on you with? And obviously I was doing a little radio dramatics there for people to think that I was talking about the person that my ex-wife cheated on me with. And that'd be wild. That'd be like,
it's
whoa.
not, by the way, it's not that.
Honestly, I'm trying to think if that person, if he added me on Facebook at this point, I'd probably just block him and move on. 5 years ago, bro, we'd have a mini series 5-parter.
Oh, really?
Become a certified fan, and we'll do an Instagram live with him.
Probably not.
Not anymore. I'm too tired. No. So here's the story: is my very first what I would consider a real girlfriend. She cheated on me, and
at the age of
50, I was 15. She was an older woman at the ripe old age of 16.
Okay.
And this was hard, man. This was tough. And I didn't realize until
your first heartbreak.
It was. Now let's set the scene too. You got to kind of like picture this. Here I am, insecure, overweight, not really getting a lot of attention from the females, which is way different from now, ladies. Am I right?
Crickets.
So this is the first time you ever received that kind of attention.
Yeah.
Where you felt wanted by the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I had this girlfriend, right? And I was like, yay.
Yay.
And she's older and she had a car and she went to a different school and like it would just seem like really cool.
Red flag, by the way. I'd never date someone
I know. Like that was dumb, but like whatever. I mean, I didn't have any choices.
Red flag.
It was like,
you said no choices.
I mean, I didn't in my school, so it was like, okay. Because like when you date someone from a different school, it's like you had no reputation. I was like this kind of cool guy. And I don't even know, honestly, you have to remember, this has been years and I don't even know how I knew her. I think it may have been through a church thing, but I don't remember.
Maybe like at some kind of camp or whatever.
Maybe. I don't remember.
It sounds like you.
I don't even remember the details.
Whatever,
but anyway,
camp. Yeah.
I knew her and we started dating. Anyway.
Pause. How do you date someone at a different school when like you're 15 in the 80s? Like you can't text.
The first time it was in the 80s, it was 2000, but and we could text, you piece of shit. You piece of shit.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm so sorry. So you had it. Okay, wait. Phone or pager? Like you could text her? Yes.
Yes, we could text.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was T9, but we could text Jessica.
Okay, I didn't.
Wow.
Know. I'm sorry.
Wow. She said in the 80s, like I was born in goddamn 1961 or something.
Dude, I didn't. You always talk about how you're so old.
I was born in the 80s, Jessica. I wasn't in high school in the 80s.
So you guys could text and like you could like. I'm just saying, like I want to get the in depth of like.
No, did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was rough.
Is this like an actual relationship, or is this kind of like, oh, we meet at the lockers and we barely hug? Like what? Like
this is what I remember. We had. I think we had. No. Actually, I don't think we did have cell phones. But we did have our own phone line.
Okay.
We did have our own phone lines, and I remember she had a pager.
Okay.
So yeah, we could like talk to each other on the phone.
Okay. Did you ever like meet up?
Yeah, because she had a car.
Okay.
So she would like come over.
I'm just thinking.
And I had my own basement. I lived in the basement, so she could like
you guys
come
like
through.
hung out.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, long story short, I don't even know how long we dated. Who knows? In kid time, it seemed like a long time.
In kid time, it was probably like 20-year marriage, but in real time, it was a week and a half. It was 2 weeks, but in kid time, it's a 20-year marriage. That's how it feels.
she ended up sleeping with a guy that, no, keep in mind, I lost my virginity to this girl too.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah, you got to remember, this is like,
Oh, there's so many.
there's so many layers here. Okay. So I ended up sleeping with this girl, lost my virginity to her. She did not lose her virginity to me, by the way. So she is in these streets, y'all. But okay, listen, she's a modern woman. What can I say? So she ends up sleeping with this other guy that I went to school with. And I was trying to figure out, and I have 7 text messages in the thread. We're trying to figure out. I was like, how do we figure this out?
Are you talking to a friend of yours now?
Yeah, of how we figured this out.
And who is this guy? Were you friends with him?
Yeah, I would say he was a B friend, not like an A.
Okay.
So like,
but like you guys
was
were like homies, but
he
not
was
really.
like in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't like the homie, but he was like the side homie. You know what I mean? And I was like, how did we do this? Because all I can remember of like figuring this out was that like we called her on speakerphone.
Oh my god!
And
you were like, "Did you cheat on me?"
and like
Khloe Kardashian
and recorded her on tape saying something. And so this is my buddy's recollection. Yeah.
That's illegal. You have been diabolical since day one, haven't you? You're like, I'm gonna save this someday. Oh my god!
I probably saw the tape somewhere.
You recorded her without her knowing, and then she admitted to what? That she slept with somebody else.
I have not read through this yet, so I'm gonna read this. This is my buddy's recollection of what we did. I don't remember, to be honest with you, so I'm gonna read this. I've not read through this yet.
The year was what?
The year would have probably been 99, 2000, something like that. Not 80, whatever. If I remember correctly, we called her first and recorded her saying that she loved you kind of stuff. And then we called this guy and told him that she was basically 2-timing both of you. Because apparently, I guess that she wasn't like telling us both the same thing. Then we kept him on the line and then we called her on 3-way. And she didn't know that he was on.
So you mean girls her.
And then we confronted her Jerry Springer style.
Both of you guys on the phone.
Yeah. Well, it just happened.
Dramatic.
We said, well, it just happens that we have beep here on the line with us today.
I am sick of you.
Something like that. And we told her we had on tape saying that kind of stuff and that she should just confess instead of having to play it.
I hate it.
Now I asked it too. I said,
how old is the friend? So are you and the other guy both 15 and she's just a year older?
Yeah, something like that. Because him and I were in the same grade. Anyway.
Oh my god. You guys are so annoying.
I think.
And after you're like, we got her, bro.
Yeah,
so annoying.
Anyway, so that's how we.
And she admitted that. Okay. Oh, okay. So she was like dating both you guys.
Yeah, at the same time. And I don't even know how we
I mean, it worked out. She was at a different school. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the different school's trouble, man. You don't even know back in the day.
Was he also mad about like annoyed at it all?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
And this is the uncensored part. I got to tell you, this sticks in my mind to this day and it fucks me up. Like anytime I think about it. And this is like, I could only remember this. And I'm telling you, this is like X-rated. So forgive me. I just remember him saying like, oh my God, like, I don't even want to say it.
Don't because you guys were younger. Don't.
I don't even want to say it.
Don't. Please don't. I don't want to.
Yeah. So I didn't think it bothered me, but so I've been dealing with a bunch of jealousy issues since then. And so I went to therapy recently and like we started like delving into them and like we like went back to like this scenario and like we got back to it and we realized like I never quite healed from that. We just kind of like moved on with our lives and like it's kind of I've been like dealing with that shit ever since. I never like healed from that, I guess. I just kind of like because I was a kid and like I didn't know how to heal from it. So I just kind of like moved on with my life.
It almost set the tone with the kind of women that you went after.
Say it one more time.
It almost set the tone with the kind of women that you went after as far as like the I don't know.
Older, different school women.
No.
Go on.
Well, I don't know actually, because I mean I don't know this girl's personality. I don't know the banter, but as far as like, so the situation was you get your heart broken, and this girl was essentially like unavailable to you.
Yeah.
So I think it just kind of feels like you were always going for something, like trying to prove yourself that like I would get picked this time, despite maybe like it being plain sight. Maybe this isn't the right person for you, but like I'm gonna get picked this time. Like I'm gonna win this time. Essentially,
maybe I don't know because we were working on that, and then I got assaulted, and then we had to work on that, so we never quite got to the end of that whole situation. Anyway, long story short, I wake up now. This guy knows. By the way, he knew that I was with her though. Like it was publicly that we were together.
Okay, so
like,
he wasn't tripping.
No, like they both knew. It wasn't like he wasn't.
He was
involved.
the side piece.
Yeah, he was, and he knew that. It wasn't like he was like, what?
He was the sneaky link.
The sneaky link would be a good way of putting it, Jess. Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, so here we go. Fast forward 30 fucking years or whatever. And I get a friend request from him on my Kramer page. Now, he didn't know me as Kramer, obviously. He knows me as Stephen Yancey. And I'm like, first of all, just seeing that name, I'm like, that's fucking weird. And so I woke up this morning, I was like, should I still be mad about this? Like, what the fuck? Like,
after it happened, you guys stopped being friends immediately?
well, yeah.
Was there like beef, or was just like, we just don't talk anymore? Or like, did you hate him?
God, it's been so long.
Like the rest of high school? I know you would remember, you crazy. Did you hate him?
I really don't. It's been so long.
I cannot believe
I'm sure I wasn't happy.
Caught this girl up like a Jerry Springer style.
Yeah, that's good though, right?
No, you're actually psychotic.
Do you see why I ended up doing what I did? Like I'm doing this damn radio show since I was a kid.
No, truly. You're wild. You are wild for that.
Well, we happen to have him on the phone too.
So annoying.
Anonymous.
So bad.
Here's the question. What do I do?
Deny.
Because like we've been talking about like, what do we do with this?
We brought it up on the show, and it was pretty interesting to see the responses. I was like, what the fuck? Or like people's perceptions of like, obviously everyone is so different, and everyone is always going to pull from their own experience as well, and they're always going to look at a situation through their lens. But I was definitely like shocked at the responses that we got.
I would say very 50-50 about like either who cares, because it's been literally, if that was 2000, it's been, let's just say 25 years, right? Like who cares? Add the guy, who cares? It doesn't matter, like whatever. And then there's people like, nah, fuck that guy, like nah, you know. Stone doesn't give a shit.
Maybe it's a life experience thing. You know, as far as I know, I've never been cheated on. So maybe I can't really relate to that feeling.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Yeah.
But I know for me personally, after 15, 20 years, I wouldn't even remember it and be like, okay. It's just, and Facebook doesn't even mean that much to me anyway. So.
There's a lot of, yeah. It's like when I think about it on the surf, like on paper, I'm like, that's dumb. Who cares? But then I'm like, also fuck that guy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like, fuck that guy in this situation. But then there's Jess Dutra I can always turn to for a sprinkle of pettiness.
You know me. If it doesn't serve me, get the fuck out.
Jess is still mad at the nurse that delivered her, and
because she was mean to my mother. No, here's the thing. I'm really trying to understand like different people's perspectives, because for me, I don't see as not wanting to add him as a friend on Facebook, not letting it go.
Yeah.
And the responses and the texts that we got this morning were like, get over it, let it go, just add him kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I have never really understood. Like I'm not mad about it. Like it's kind of like, you guys were children, you guys were kids, and you are notorious for always talking about you can't judge somebody by who they were, what they did like 20 plus years ago, and that's not what it is.
Right. Like who was I? You
Absolutely
know what I mean?
not. But it's like, why would you add me on Facebook when I don't know you? You don't know anything about me. We don't even live in the same place. Like it's an unnecessary thing. Yeah. To where that my immediate reaction was like, no. And when people were like, why do you guys still care? Just add him. I'm like, that's my bound. Like what? That's a boundary. Yeah, like why would I?
Like why too? Like what good could come from it?
I guess my thing is always with that kind of stuff, and like things have happened to me where people have like reached out to me, tried to add me on some whatever social media platform, commented on my things that were terrible to me. And I'm like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
It's mostly like, for why?
Yeah.
And then I'm the asshole because I don't want to give some sort of fluffy, meaningless banter to you.
That's weird.
To me, I just think it's like I'm setting a boundary. We get nothing from this. It's very like, I guess I never understand the mentality but behind that kind of stuff when people do that.
I don't know. I'll think about it. But it's like, I guess you're right. Like, what's in it for me?
So what, you want to see pictures of him with like homegirl and their babies and stuff on Facebook? Like, okay, pop off, like congrats, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you gonna add him or no?
I don't know.
It's also like, it's like, what the fuck on Facebook? Like, I'm over here living my life. Like, do you even know where I live? That's my thing. When strangers talk, I'm like, do you know
anything about me?
Do you know anything about me?
Name 3. Also, like, you don't even know me as Kramer. Like, how'd you find me?
Like, what if he's been like following me?
I think he's a huge fan.
What if he's a fan?
P1.
What if he has a meter though?
You're stupid.
Now that'd be a predicament.
Ethics.
Like, it's so crazy.
All right, we gotta get the hell out of here, y'all. Thank you for being a part of this Uncensored podcast. Seriously, thank you so much. YouTube, you're literally the best. Thanks for watching today, being a part of it. Jess, where do we find you?
Just do it. JESSDUITT on IG, or my podcast with my husband, Loki in the Garage.
It's still weird to me. Why is it weird?
Because it's crazy.
Stony
It's
Baloney.
crazy.
You can find me at King Baloney. No, I'm kidding. Stone Felts. On
You
all
should
socials.
change your.
Can you change it to
Can you
King
change it to
Baloney?
King
King
Baloney,
Baloney.
please.
I might. Well, we might have to do like a dare, like a bet kind of thing.
I
where
guarantee King
that's the
Baloney is
bet.
taken.
No way.
Yeah, it's definitely taken. I'm that guy Kramer. If you want to, if you have a traumatic past with me, you want to follow me and bring it to the surface. That's cool. I got a podcast called Certified Mama's Boy as well. YouTube, we love you, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. See ya. Bye.